Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com.
Is it permitted to drink water prior to Havdalah? Shabbos is over, it's taking time for the husband, the father, or whoever it is that's meant to say Havdalah to get their act together and get it done. And you're quite thirsty. Can you have a drink of water or not? So we have a clear ruling and discussion in the Gemara in Maseches Pesachim 105a, and so is ruled in the Shulchanaruch of the Mechaber in chapter 299 Halacha 1 and the Alter Rebbe 299.1 that it is a rabbinical prohibition to eat, drink, or even taste any amount of food or liquid prior to saying or hearing Havdalah over wine or over another valid beverage, unless one began his meal prior to sunset and is still in the midst of the meal. Now, does this prohibition include even water? So before we go into that detail, let's first discuss what's the reason behind this Isser. So the Alter Rebbe explains in chapter 271 Halacha 9, to which he cites in this halacha that one should look at as for the reason behind the prohibition to eat before Havdalah, that since Havdalah is required to be said as soon as Shabbos is over without delay, therefore the Chachamim forbade one from eating anything or even drinking anything before Havdalah, lest it lead him to delay saying Havdalah right away. And thus it's not similar to other mitzvahs in which we say you can snack before the mitzvah, just don't eat a meal. In this case, since the mitzvah of Havdalah is to be done immediately after Shabbos, even snacking and tasting is not allowed. So writes the Alter Rebbe in 271.9, as explained also in Kuntres Achim 299.2. Now, does this include water? So on the one hand, we know that water is not as severe of a beverage as other drinks, as we know from the fact that you only say a bracha on water if you're thirsty. So perhaps by water there's more of a reason to be lenient before Havdalah. On the other hand, we know the halach is before Kiddush. On Shabbos you're not even allowed to drink water, so what's the halacha regarding Havdalah? So here too we have a clear discussion in the Gemara, with one Amayra saying it is permitted to drink water before Havdalah, while another Amayra says it is forbidden to do so. And practically the Rishonim rule that it is permitted to drink water before Havdalah, and so is the ruling of the Shulchanaruch in the Mechaber 299.1 and the Alter Rebbe there, that water is permitted to be drank before Havdalah. It's only before Kiddush that we made the Isser. Due to Kvayt Shabbos, or before Havdalah, it is permitted to be drunk. Nonetheless, although this is the letter of the law, we do find poskim who argue and rule like the second opinion in the Gemara, which prohibits drinking water before Havdalah, and hold that the prohibition against eating or drinking applies to everything without exception, including water. So is the opinion of Rav Huna and Pesachim, the Goinim quoted in Shari Tshuva, Medrash Talpias, and so is the ruling of the Arizal in Pri Eitz Chaim, Shar Yudches 24, that it applies even to water. The Arizal warned his student Chaim Vital very much not to drink water before Havdalah. Practically, while the letter of the law remains that it's permitted, the custom of many is to be stringent, and so is the Chabad custom, as recorded in Hayom Yom and Sefer Minhagim, that we are very particular not to eat or drink anything, including water, before Havdalah. And we don't go by the letter of the law leniency and allowance. Now, all this discussion is referring specifically to after nightfall of Shabbos. However, after Shkia, before nightfall, there's a special severity that's given towards the consumption of water that's not given to any other food or drink. And that is that there is a sakana, a danger involved in drinking drawn water during Bein Hashmashos between Shkia and Seisek Echavim. And this applies even according to the lenient opinion, which is the letter of the law, that allows you to drink water before Havdalah. And even if you're in the middle of a meal, there is an own independent prohibition of drinking drawn water during this time because of danger. So rules the Alter Rebbe in chapter 291 Halacha 2, based on the Raman 291.2, and this is a matter that we will elaborate in Mirz Hashem in a future halacha. So to summarize Halacha L'maaseh, between sunset and Seisek Yechavim, one is not to drink any drawn water, due to sakana. So don't open up your tap and put water in a pitcher or put water in your cup and drink it. Bottled water or water that was bottled already beforehand is not a problem if you're in the middle of a meal. If you're not in the middle of a meal and it's already after nightfall, then while from the letter of the law it's permitted to drink water before Havdalah, nonetheless many are particular not to, and so is the Chabad custom. Starting from sunset, we do not drink any water at all, drawn water or non-drawn water, due to the issur of drinking before Havdalah. We'll conclude with the statement of the Gemara in Psachim 105a, which states that the severity of eating food before Havdalah is that one is liable for death through the illness of askara if he does so, which is a type of strangulation, similar to asthma, which prevents one from breathing. And as Tosfos there explains, that one transgresses and satiates his throat at the wrong time, so mida keneged mida, his throat is not able to breathe at the right time. But as Chazal say, meruba mida teva midas peranius, by being careful in the above and avoiding, of course, the letter of the law of not eating and drinking before Havdalah, and taking the extent of the stringency to avoid even water, this certainly will protect that our throats will be able to breathe without problem and without worry, as a sgula. And as the Maggid Mesharim writes in Parshas Vayeshev, that the severity of eating and drinking before Havdalah is because at that time there are klipas that are attached to the foods, and by us avoiding those foods, we allow us to be cleansed of the impurity and start off our week in a proper way.
Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com. Our free services of making Torah knowledge available to the public depends on donors like you. Please help us continue our work through making even a small contribution at Shulchanaruchharav.com under the Daily Halacha Dedication section or in the subscription page. Also, check out our online courses and many sefarim available for purchase that will both enhance your Torah knowledge and help support our work.